Hey guys, what is going on? Dylan here. So today we got a little build crafting for you. I'm going to be doing a thing where I'm going through each of the classes and element types and focusing on the best builds for each thing. Today we're going to be focusing on the Arc Hunter. So things like the Solar, Warlock, Void, Titan, whatever, those will be coming later. But I will say Arc Hunter is probably the most fun to use and probably the best class in the game right now in terms of survivability. So as far as the general outlook of the class, it looks something like this. And I don't have great armor stat rolls for my Hunter. I mainly main a Warlock, so just excuse the really bad armor rolls. As far as the actual build itself goes, it's going to be Arc, using Gathering Storm as a burst super. Then it'll be Gambler's Dodge for the melee recharge, Triple Jump, Combination Blow, which that one is important to the build, so make sure you have that one on. And then whatever grenade you want, but I like to use the Pulse Grenade. Next, for the aspects, Lethal Current, doing that dodge and then getting increased lunge range and the jolting and the blinding, things like that. Then the Flow State, which is going to amplify you after you kill a jolted target. So those are the two that I use. And then for fragments, these are a little bit more interchangeable, but Spark of Resistance gives you strength, and then when you're surrounded by combatants, you are more resistant. Next on the list will be Spark of Ions. It gets you an Ionic Trace after defeating a jolted target, which those Ionic Traces help you get your abilities back. That's good to have. Next on the list is going to be Spark of Feedback. When you take melee damage, you increase melee damage. And it gives you plus 10 resilience. So you're going to be really close quarters, so you'll be taking a lot of melee damage probably. Spark of Recharge. When you're critically wounded, your melee and grenade energy regenerates more quickly, just getting those abilities back. And then as far as the exotic, Assassin's Cowl, that is a main part to this. When you get a powered kill or a finisher, you go invisible. And then as far as the mods, that's what I have there. So things that get you your abilities back faster on the arms and legs, and then things like when you pick up an orb, it replenishes your health, and when you use your class ability, it makes orbs kind of suck to you. And then Arc Siphon mods to get more of those Arc or those orbs, because you're going to be doing a lot of Arc stuff. You create lots and lots of orbs with this build, which I will show a bunch of like stock footage later on. So, and then as far as the weapons go, shotguns with 1-2 punch. It's okay to double special here. I was afraid I was always a primary person, but double special is great. So Matador, Wastelander, Ganora's Axe, things like that. Legend of Acreus is great for DPS, or you can use Tractor Cannon, which I use Tractor Cannon because it's really fun to use. I do show like a DPS version of this build later on in the video. So yeah, so this is some stock footage. I'm just doing a salvage run here just to kind of show how it looks, basically. And you're going to be punching like crazy. Punchy, punchy, punch. When in doubt, punch it out. And you'll go invisible. So you'll go invisible quite a bit. So that's kind of helps with that survivability. So punch, and you go invisible after every punch, and you're creating orbs after every punch. Another orb, another orb. You get the general idea behind it, though. I mean, yeah. And then a finisher. And then those shotguns as well for the 1-2 punch kind of combo nicely with it. We did the raw Root of Nightmares 2-man encounter, and we did it first try when we were both using this Hunter build. It's insanely easy for survivability. I'm really not kidding. I'm going to show, I think in a second here. Yeah, I show a little bit later on in the salvage run. And just watch the sheer amount of orbs that I create right here, with just all these enemies. Just look at all the orbs. Right? So, one of my favorite builds. If you like punching, wouldn't recommend it if you're going to snipe, but... And Arc is just so strong in Season 22, so... Or Season 21. What season are we on? One of those seasons. Whatever. Now, there is a version of this that doesn't use Assassin's Cowl. The entire build pretty much stays the same with the exception of a couple mods. But there's one exotic that you could switch out and you'll do more damage. So Assassin's Cowl for survivability, and then we're going to switch on over to Liar's Handshake for DPS. So using your Arc melee ability or being hit by a melee attack, that basically allows you to do a stronger melee. And then I do show in a Lost Sector doing some damage with the Liar's Handshake and showing how that works exactly and the amount of damage that it does, which is pretty good. There's my mods. Basically, I've kept most of the mods the same. I've just switched out for arc surges and more arc siphon mods. But the rest of it pretty much stays the same. Still using shotguns, things like that. And so yeah, so here we are doing perdition, and I'm just running around mailing again. See, is that cross counter? That is going to be from the Liar's Handshake. And yeah, I mean, that's really it. I'm just going to keep showing the footage from this. And you'll see in a little bit, I like one-shot a Wyvern, which is pretty crazy, because Wyverns are really annoying. Just to kind of show how strong of a build this is. So definitely give it a try. If you don't really have a good hunter build for Arc, definitely try this out, especially for survivability with Assassin's Cowl. If you're trying to, like, one-phase a boss and you're going to be using shotguns, maybe consider, you know, something like this as well. Look at that. Almost one-shot of that Wyvern. It's crazy. So anyways, that's really all I got for you guys. I'm going to let the rest of this video play out. You guys can kind of see the rest of this Lost Sector and the damage that it does. But just thank you so much to everyone who's been subscribing. We're almost at 400 subscribers at the timing of this video, or the recording of this video. We had a stream last night that went very, very well. So again, thank you guys so much. Really appreciating all the love that I'm getting, and I love the community that we're building. So join the Discord, link down below, and subscribe and like and all that stuff. And yeah, I will see you guys later.